Shri Parashakti Vidyala CBSE Class 9th Standard Subject English.
Dear children, hope you fine. Today we are going to have some fun. You think how is it possible? It is possible through second lesson in supplementary reader, The Adventures of Toto by Ruskin Bond. Before we learn the adventures of Toto, let me give you an introduction. Have you ever had a baby monkey as a pet? Here, the narrator's grandfather has a baby monkey as a pet. The name of his pet is Toto. Let's find out whether he is mischievous or docile. Mischievous means naughty. Docile means obedient. Now I'll read the first two paragraphs. Listen carefully. Grandfather bought Toto from a Tonga driver for the sum of 5 rupees. The Tonga driver used to keep the little red monkey tied to a feeding trough, and the monkey looked so out of place there that grandfather decided he would add the little fellow to his private zoo. Toto was a pretty monkey. His bright eyes sparkled with mischief beneath deep-set eyebrows, and his teeth, which were a pearly white, were very often displayed in a smile that frightened the life out of elderly Anglo-Indian ladies. But his hands looked dried up as though they had been pickled in the sun for many years. Yet his fingers were quick and wicked. And his tail, while adding to his good looks, grandfather believed a tail would add to anyone's good looks, and also served as a third hand. He could use it to hang from a branch, and it was capable of scooping off any delicacy that might be out of reach of his hands. Here, trough means a long, narrow, open receptacle for water or animal feed. Tonga driver, a person who drives or rides a horse car. Delicacy means special food. Now I will explain the first two paragraphs. The narrator's grandfather loved animals very much. One day he saw a baby monkey with a Tonga driver. He gave 5 rupees and bought the monkey. He brought it home and tied it to a feeding trough. He had great liking for animals, and when he tied the monkey to the feeding trough, that seemed out of place there. Grandfather had a private zoo, so he decided to add this animal to his private zoo. Toto had bright eyes sparkling with mischief, pearly white teeth, quick and wicked fingers, and a gracious tail which served as a third hand. He uses it to hang from a branch or pick up an eatable. The smile of Toto was cute and frightened early Anglo-Indian ladies. Altogether, all these qualities made him pretty. Now I'll read the next two paragraphs. Grandmother always first when grandfather brought home some new bird or animal. So it was decided that Toto's presence should be kept a secret from her until she was in a particularly good mood. Grandfather and I put him away in a little closet opening into my bedroom wall where he was tied securely, or so we thought, to a peg fastened into the wall. A few hours later, when grandfather and I came back to release Toto, we found that the walls, which had been covered with some ornamental paper chosen by grandfather, now stood out as naked brick and plaster. The peg in the wall had been wrenched from its socket, and my school blazer, which had been hanging there, was in shreds. I wondered what grandmother would say, but grandfather didn't worry. He seemed pleased with Toto's performance. Here, closet means a cupboard, wrenched means pull, socket means hole to fit in, shred means torn pieces, blazer means jacket. Now I'll explain the paragraphs. Grandmother didn't like when grandfather brought new animals home. She usually quarreled with grandfather on the issue of a pet. Whenever grandfather brought some bird or animal, grandmother got furious at the very instance of any new creature. To avoid this situation, it was decided Toto's presence as secret until she was in good mood. He was put in a little closet opening into the narrator's bedroom. They tied Toto to peg cautiously. After some time, he tore up the ornamental paper off the walls and narrator's school blazer. The peg to which he was tied was also pulled out, but grandfather didn't worry. He liked Toto's performance, that is mischief, very much. Now I'll read the other paragraphs. Toto remained in the bag as far as Saranpur, but while grandfather was producing his ticket at the railway turnstile, Toto suddenly poked his head out of the bag and gave the ticket collector a wide grin. The poor man was taken aback, but with great presence of mind and much to grandfather's annoyance, he said, "Sir, you have a dog with you. You'll have to pay for it accordingly." In vain did grandfather take Toto out of the bag. In vain did he try to prove that a monkey did not qualify as a dog or even as a quadruped. Toto was classified a dog by the ticket collector, and 3 rupees was the sum handed over as his fare. Then grandfather, just to get his own back, took from his pocket a pet tortoise and said, "What must I pay for this since you charge for all animals?" The ticket collector looked closely at the tortoise, prodded it with his forefinger, gave grandfather a pleased and triumphant look, and said, "No charge, it is not a dog." Here, quadruped means four-legged animal. Prodded means pushed. Triumphant means victorious. Turnstile, a mechanical gate revolving horizontal arms fixed to a vertical post, allowing only one person at a time to pass through. Now I'll explain the paragraph. Toto remained in the bag till Saranpur, but as grandfather was producing a ticket to the ticket collector, Toto poked his head out and gave a wide smile. The ticket collector demanded Toto's fare by classifying him as a dog. Grandfather tried to prove that a monkey is not a dog, but the ticket collector did not agree and charged grandfather 3 rupees. Grandfather got angry and took out the tortoise from his pocket and asked if he has to pay anything for the tortoise. The ticket collector said that because it is not a dog, he need not pay anything. Grandfather does not need to pay anything for the tortoise. That's all for today, students. The adventures of Toto continue in the next session. Thank you very much. Now I'll read the next 3 paragraphs. "He is clever," said grandfather. "Given time, I'm sure he could have tied the torn pieces of your blazer into a rope and made his escape from the window." His presence in the house still a secret, Toto was now transferred to a big cage in the servants' quarters where a number of grandfather's pets lived very sociably together. A tortoise, a pair of rabbits, a tame squirrel, and for a while, my pet goat. But the monkey wouldn't allow any of his companions to sleep at night. So grandfather, who had to leave Dehradun next day to collect his pension in Saranpur, decided to take him along. Unfortunately, I could not accompany grandfather on that trip, but he told me about it afterwards. A big black canvas kit bag was provided for Toto. This, with some straw at the bottom, became his new abode. When the bag was closed, there was no escape. Toto could not get his hand through the opening, and the canvas was too strong for him to bite his way through. His efforts to get out only had the effect of making the bag roll about on the floor or occasionally jump into the air. An exhibition that attracted a curious crowd of onlookers on the Dehradun railway platform. Here, abode means a place to live in. That is a home. Occasionally means not frequently. Exhibition, public show. Now I'll explain the paragraphs. Grandfather had lot of patience and took all things positively. He was impressed by Toto's performance. He said that if given time, Toto would have escaped by making a rope from the torn pieces of the blazer. After that incident, Toto was transferred to a big cage in the servants' quarters where a lot of grandfather's pets lived. Grandfather loved animals very much. Whenever he came across any animal or bird, he felt attachment towards them. In his house, there were many other pet animals, a tortoise, a pair of rabbits, a tame squirrel, and his pet goat. But the moment Toto entered the zoo, he started disturbing other animals. He was a naughty monkey. All the pet animals in the grandfather's house lived peacefully. It was only Toto that had no positive relationship with other animals. Other animals felt unseen, insecure in his presence. He wouldn't allow any animal to sleep at night. Grandfather had to collect his pension from Saranpur, so he decided to take Monkey along. Toto was kept in a big black canvas kit bag with some straw at the bottom. It was tightly closed. The canvas was too strong for him to bite. Toto wanted to get free. While making effort to get out of the canvas kit bag, he occasionally rolled about or jumped into the air. As he was inside the bag, the onlookers could not see him. In this way, the onlookers on Dehradun platform got attracted towards it.